So how you guys doing? We're going to talk about a bit of a controversial topic here today. Um, Relationships and being in business. So, if you're somebody who is planning on starting a company or someone who is actually running a company or a business, you're an entrepreneur. Yeah, that's all about taking risks. Definition of an entrepreneur is someone who puts in effort and effort, hours and hours, taking crazy calculated risk in order to one day then make the amount of profitable income that will make a person who's in employment or working for someone cry their eyes out. That's an entrepreneur. A lot of sacrificing, a lot of mental strain, a lot of emotion. And the key thing is you spend a lot of the time being in the same position I am now. See anyone around me? I'm here and I'm alone. Plenty and plenty of alone time. In fact, I think we live in an era where entrepreneurship is the in thing. It's the new Chelsea boots. It's the new black. It's the new orange. It's the new whatever. Entrepreneurship is great. But pretty much if you watch my previous video about assets and liabilities, being an entrepreneur is like purchasing a house. It's a lot of liabilities whilst you own the property, whilst you're working and grinding day in, week in, month out. But until that moment where you really cash out, until your business has flourished and is flying, a bit like if you think of an exponential curve, once you reach the top end of the curve, this is where the life of an entrepreneur becomes something which is great. Perhaps you've reached a platform of residual income, which is something which these days is being discussed. Does it really exist? But where your time, energy, and efforts into your business are not so sacrificial. It's minimal. You're just literally keeping the ball rolling. You just go up to it every time. If you think of spinning plates and you just go and you spin the stick a little bit and the plate's spinning on its own, it's great. But in the initial years, in the initial part of your business, you're there spinning all the plates. Now, having a specific person, a specific other, a partner, man, woman, I don't care, is quite integral. And this is just based on my experience. You see, what you need as an entrepreneur, I think everybody needs this period, but even more so as an entrepreneur, is you need someone who is there that is supporting you mentally and emotionally. You need to have the ability that when I leave this office and I go home, I need my significant other to help me create a place of zen, a place to recharge like my Samsung S10 Plus, a place to find peace, not to go home and discuss work, but to actually release, relax, and remove myself from that reality. Because you see, the amount of energy and effort that's required in delivering a successful project, service, product, or business is up here and in here. You need peace, you need serenity. Now, the issue with being an entrepreneur and being in relationships is 90% of entrepreneurs are in relationships with people who are not. Maybe someone who has a 9 to 5, maybe your partner, your husband or your wife works in a 9 to 5 where they are paid for their holidays. They are paid when they are sick. They have sick days. They have a certain number of annual leave. They can book off anytime within the 12-month period, and they can get 21 to 30 days off. I'm speaking from a UK perspective. Now, as an entrepreneur, you don't have that, especially in the beginning. You go on holiday, your work is directly proportional, your money rather, is directly proportional to the work you put in. In other words, if you don't go to work on Thursday and Friday, you won't get paid for Thursday and Friday. If you don't work June and July, you won't get paid for June and July. You get what you put in. Yeah. You don't have the benefits of saying, right, I feel sick today. I think I'm gonna stay in. More often than not, like I said earlier, you are alone. What that means is you are the admin, you are finance, you are marketing, you are sales, you are the sales director, you are the managing director, you are the cleaner, you are the accountant, you are everything. If you stop, so does your business. And the key thing we teach at KB Consultancy, which is about, under our business coaching model, is about trying to get that work-life balance. And the end game, the goal, the exit strategy, if you like, is to find a platform which you can put in hours and hours of work, years and years of work, but eventually take that platform to a level where you're able to receive residual income. You're not working in the business, you're working on the business. You're simply there as a director finding new contracts, but you're not on the phone every day. You can be on holiday and your business is still earning you money, and you are simply slightly just keeping those plates spinning on top of the stick. You're not there every day grinding. So being in a relationship with someone who doesn't necessarily understand the lifestyle of an entrepreneur, and yes, your partner may say to you, I get it, I understand, I know it's hard work, but unless you're actually an entrepreneur, and I'm not talking about someone who creates a website and starts selling clothes online and makes, I don't know, £2,000 a year. I'm talking about someone who is living off the income made from their business. You have customers, you have staff, you have contractors, you have contracts. This is an entrepreneur. There are many people who are claiming the entrepreneur thing, but they don't have a staff member. They don't even really have customers. They have the odd person that contacts them, buys the business, and they never see them again. I'm talking about a business that encompasses all of the different positions I said you as a single person will embody. Yeah. There is almost no way that your partner can fully understand what being an entrepreneur is. But what you need to do, and because the reason why I've chosen this topic is I actually do believe that the only other place you are, apart from your office as an entrepreneur, is your home, is your life, your social life outside of work. And if you have someone who doesn't understand the emotional and mental strain that comes with being an entrepreneur, and they may, unfortunately, maybe without purposely doing so, be doing things that are working against your vibe, working against your motivation. They're dimming your shine because they're upset that you're not spending enough time at home or with the kids, or you don't take them out enough, or you're having to stay at your mother's house or your father's house or your mum-in-law's because you're sacrificing now for a better day. If they don't understand the grind that comes before the success, this can actually be very detrimental to not only the success of your business, but the longevity, the sustenance of your business, because your business is you. Now, a lot of people are like, ooh, I don't do sales. Sales is my thing. I live for sales. I can sell water to a fish. I can sell scales to a fish. Yeah, I do not play. I love sales. I love the ability of making someone feel comfortable taking money out of their pocket and putting it in mine. It's a hobby of mine. It's something I've always loved. That's my passion. And I think once you discover what your passion is, the best thing you can do is figure out a way to make money from it. So sales is something which you've got to be in a good vibe. You got to be in a mood, baby. You got to be in like, okay, fine, let's do this. And you may not be a loud salesperson like myself. There are very subtle salespeople who speak softly, but they're able to get the skills of a sales across to the customer. Irrespective, you got to be in a good vibe. And if you are someone and you're hearing this message and you're like, do you know what? I think that's me. I'm in a relationship with somebody who is killing my vibe, is killing my shine. I'm not going to tell you to leave them. I'm not going to tell you to stay either. Being an entrepreneur is understanding that your purpose in life is to make that business, your business, a success. That's your purpose. That's your goal. Like, after everything, nothing comes before it. If you don't have that vibe, that passion, that mindset for your business, you're not an entrepreneur. Furthermore, your business isn't going to do well. You have to be ready to sacrifice. You will sleep in the back of your car or outside a shop, in order to make that sale, to get that business in. These are the characteristics, the idiosyncrasies of winners, people who make their business a success. Some of the sacrifices I've had to do the changes I've had to make, the network I've had to change in order to get where I'm at. And I'm not even on the top end of the exponential curve. I'm still learning, I'm still climbing. And I'm telling you, you have to do it. And if you have people, or it may not even be your partner, your spouse, it could even be just friends, your circle, your network. You need to seriously think about how beneficial are they to your business. And if you're naive to think that your social network or your network has no bearing on your business, your ability to be a successful entrepreneur, you going from home on Sunday into work on Monday morning and killing the game, if you think that has no bearing, then you are lost. You've already lost. In fact, I'll tell you this. I'm not saying don't be in a relationship. In fact, I think this: if you have a partner who is supportive of your business, maybe even, in fact, my partner does admin as her full-time job, and she may then be able to apply some administrative skills to your business and take some of the burden off. She works as an accountant. Do you know what? It's my year end. I got to do my corporation tax. Can you help me out with that, babe? Of course I can. Great stuff. I'm a big advocate of friends and family being your first marketing campaign, being your first customers, being your first staff members, because these are people you can trust, who may not necessarily your first loan, your lenders, your bank, because these are people that may not necessarily require the same level of input as an external person. So I'm actually for being in a relationship. I think entrepreneur life is so taxing and draining. I know I'm killing the whole sell and dream of being an entrepreneur, but I want to just keep it real with you guys. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people out there that chat shit, and I'm just trying to keep it real with you because I've lived it and I know what it's like. If you have a partner who's supportive, not only in terms of lending you business opportunities and work, but just emotionally and mentally there for you, that's a plus. That's an absolute plus. So find someone who does that for you. And if your partner isn't doing that for you, have a chat with them. Play them this video and say, listen, this is an entrepreneur. He has his own business. He has his own office. He's doing X, Y, and Z. He seems to understand. My spirit resonates with this guy. I think he's talking a lot of sense. Play them this video and see what they have to say after. In fact, tell them to write a comment. I want to hear what partners of entrepreneurs have to say. It'll be very interesting, actually. I want to hear about that. Listen, I hope you've enjoyed what I had to say. I hope it's done something for you, because that's my goal, is to help you be the best version of you. That's my goal in life. If it hasn't, tell me where I've gone wrong. I'm willing to learn and get better. But this is something I'm passionate about, and it's something that I want for you. If you are an entrepreneur or a business person, you wish to increase or help raise the level or status quo of your business, then simply go to kbconsultancy.uk and send us a mail or DM me, send me a message, and let's see if our business can help you. Plug. Have a good day and get that money. Stay hustling, stay grinding. All money in. Peace.